stuff
Oh,
that
come on, you must be mourning.
she knows Mickey.
No, they did it right
Vicky.
on this
Oh,
photograph.
That
And when you do the.
Oh, Vicky.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's called force.
They're friends on Facebook. I don't know how they know each other.
I was just talking to her.
All I get is, my force.
I know.
I know.
Oh, you did that?
But he's in there.
Yeah.
He's cutting up.
They're very good.
It makes me feel that this place is always kind of.
In his defense,
13
it
years.
is not the most.
13 years or
I said,
Here?
make sure you never have conflict.
Okay, well, she's different here.
I don't do any of this.
It's not, it's really not that bad, but it is not.
I just love computer, iPad, everything. And I just, it's not logical to me.
Hey Chris, how you doing?
Well, not that.
Well, I just need anyway.
That one's kind of a.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Nikki. Jim, nice to meet you. Keisha? Okay, well, nice to meet you. We're at the, That's nice to meet you. Good.
Oh.
Yes, yes, thank you.
We're blaming you. We're blaming you.
I don't remember you getting it. I
We just blame you because it's easy as a project.
Text me right now. And I'll make sure that it takes care of it.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm texting.
That's right, I first go right to spam. So better that way.
How are you, my girl? Oh, I'm so Good morning, how are you?
Hey, I got a box for you. Don't leave without taking my box that I have for you. It's dishes, real dishes, like glass. I was thinking about you all week when you went in the boxes. I shouldn't put it in the microwave. You know, plastic, it releases plastic, and I'm like, yeah, plastic's so bad for the microwave. And your body. And if you don't want anything, I didn't unwrap it. It was from when my son was born. And he packed up his dishes, and they're all bubble wrapped. So if there's something in there you don't want, just toss it or give it away or something. I'm too bad. Thank you so much. Oh, I'll have more. You have opened the can of worms. You just gotta go figure out what I'm giving you. Okay. Patrick's all, hey, you got that, you got that, you got that, you got that. I'm all, slow down, buddy. I don't want to overwhelm her. Elizabeth. You're making me sweat, Shelby. Thank
you. Let it go.
Well, that just extended my shoulder out.
Good morning, Mother Teresa. I know it's really close, but I have to go to the restaurant. Okay. Okay, now I can focus.
Nothing else matters when you have to use
That's
the
right.
restroom.
It's like, there's nothing else to do with that. Oh. What hectic this morning, but here we are.
How are you, Mother Teresa?
I'm good. I'm good. I was house sitting this weekend with our friends that always take care of our dog when we're out of town. So when they go out of town, let's go to their house. But it's just different enough that it changes my routine a little bit. So I thought I would be here 15 minutes ago. But you know, as Pat always tells me, they can't start without you.
No, no.
Stephanie, excuse me. this morning. You look fabulous. You look fabulous. Isn't this glorious outside? So glad to have all of you here and give yourselves a little pat on the back for making the effort to come and be in a community of support and love and fellowship and, did I say love and fun? Yeah, all of those things. So I'm so glad you're here. I want to greet the friends that are watching us online. Everybody wave. We're happy you're with us as well. But we know that this community is not confined by these four walls. That we are truly a community of consciousness, and that consciousness is one of upliftment and joy. So this morning we have our practitioner on platform is Patty Powers. Just a reminder that after service you can tap Patty on the shoulder, and she will be happy to sit and pray with you for a few moments to know a greater truth for whatever it is you're carrying today. And we also have a prayer request box in the back of the room if you'd like to write out a request for yourself or someone else. The practitioners take that in for the week and do prayer work around that. Or you can also call and leave us a message. There's an option on our phone line to leave a confidential message. And the practitioners check that every week. So we're happy to support you all the time, and especially, of course, on Sunday mornings. Our music today, we've got Jeff on keyboards, and we welcome back to So we'll start with a song. I'm going to invite you all to stand up. The words are in your program. Its spirit is in this place. Sanctuary within, where we know joy, we know love, we know peace from the inside out, and it is good. And it is here in this place that we remember that you and I and Spirit and all of life is all one.
And in this oneness, we feel connection. Connection to each other, connection to this philosophy, connection to the God spark within. And that connection brings us joy. Just and so in this joy, in this place, we bless our musicians, our sound team, our ministry, and we talk, knowing that something just for them. Something they can relate to. Something they find interest. And so we just dwell in that joy, dwell in the connection, and let it go. So it is. Good morning. My reading today is from the Daily Word, and it's essentially called guidance. I am one with the powerful indwelling light of God. The light of God is within me, a beacon of hope, peace, joy, and love. I might not always see or feel it, but this light is guiding me on the path of life. Just as storm clouds may temporarily block the sun, it is always there. After the storm passes, when the sky is clear, I can feel the sun's full, warming rays once again. In a similar way, if the storms of life cause me to experience stress or concern, I rest assured the light of God is still within, guiding and inspiring me. My role is to hold to the truth, that even in a storm, the full light of God will become apparent. Every storm is temporary. There's always another day, a new day filled with light and love. This light is my guide as I walk the path forward. Thank you. And now we get more music.
It's lovely, I think so. Good morning. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of our creation. What we'll see will defy explanation. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to, do it. Want to change the there's nothing to. There is no life I know to compare
lighting a candle today for peace. Given the events of the weekend, my talk has changed to a two-part talk, which actually works for the month of March, because March carries two different meanings. The word itself comes from the Roman name of the god of war, Mars. And it represents the time when the Romans could resume battle that they had given up over the harsh winters. But March is also a container for the spring equinox and the beginning of the season of growth and blooming and fertility and abundance. And so we're going to talk about both today. I'm going to start with our blessing by restating a poem that I had done earlier by John Riddell about peace. Isn't that interesting? I can't make the world be peaceful. I can't prevent children from having to hide behind desks. I can't deflect a sniper's bullet from turning a life into a widow. I can't convince the news to stop turning war into a video game. I can't silence the sound of bombs tearing neighborhoods apart. I can't stall tanks from roaring down roads. I can't turn a guided missile into a bouquet of flowers. I can't make a dictator have an ounce of empathy. I can't convince politicians to quit playing truth or dare. I can't stave off a schoolyard being reduced to ash and rubble. I can't do any of that. The only thing I can do is love the next person I encounter without any conditions or strings. To love my neighbor so fearlessly that it starts a ripple that stretches from one horizon to the next. I can't force peace on the world, but I can become a force of peace in the world. Because sometimes all it takes is a single lit candle in the darkness to start a movement. Oh Spirit, let me be a candle of comfort in this world. Let me burn with peace. Christian theology teaches, blessed are the peacemakers. When we are confronted by war and conflict, tension and stress, what we feel normally is fear or anger or confusion, and I have to say I've gone through all of those since Saturday morning. And the thing about the word peacemaker, it's not the same as a peacekeeper. That's someone who keeps things quiet. And it's not the same as a war maker or a warmonger. That's using fear to justify violence. Peacemaking is an action. It's a verb. It's telling the truth and protecting the vulnerable. It's courageous. And that word courageous, remember, comes from of the heart. Cor is French for heart. So when we live from our heart, we have courage. We speak our truth. We protect the vulnerable. And we show up for justice. Now in Science of Mind, we teach the power of words. We know that if you name something, set an intention, call it, we can change it. But sometimes words are used as weapons. And I think we're called to be very careful what we call people. Calling someone an enemy does not make them less human than they are. And the thing to remember is that our actions affect people, not countries, not ideals, not politics, not philosophies. Our actions affect people. And so if we love people, we make peace. If we love people, we make people are not less worthy of love and attention. We are all created in the spirit of the Most High. Therefore, we are all more than enough and more valuable, as life itself is valuable. We also advocate diplomacy. We don't let our little kids hit each other. We don't let them hit us. We tell them, use your words. We tell them, find common ground. We know that finding common ground takes effort. It's not comfortable to disagree with someone. But it is rewarding when we find a way forward that is not either or, but both and. And that is always possible. We can also reject the idea that violence is the only way to solve something. We know that. We know. And we can speak truth in public. Now, you may not have a podium and a microphone like I use on Sundays, but you do have family and friends, and you're part of this community, and you're probably part of other communities in the greater area. And there is a place where you can speak peace, where you can gently call out friends and neighbors who are perhaps careless with their words or their judgment. Right where you are is where peace begins. So blessed are the peacemakers, not the ones who stay silent, not the ones who cheer violence, the ones who choose compassion and courage and justice in this world that is fueled by fear. That is all. Looking at March, part 2, comes from the French to move. It represents new growth, fertility, procreation, the first day of spring, it's new beginnings, its meaning embodies the reigniting of the hearts. It's waking up. We are all waking up just as nature wakes up after winter. That is true for us too. We're quickened in springtime. It's an old-fashioned word. We are quickened. Life flows through us again. And our souls are longing for new growth. Don't you feel it when the sun comes out? It's like, oh, let's go do something. Something fun. So I want to ask you, what do you really want from your life? What do you really want for your life? Now, if you've been coming here for a while, you've probably gotten a little bit better or pretty good at aligning your daily activities with the things that are valuable to you, that have meaning. You know, you've practiced making sure that you know your own heart and you're working from intention and with good intention, whatever you do, wherever you are. But I'll bet that somewhere in there, in your head, you're still defending something about your life to some imaginary person, probably from the past. You're defending your financial status, how far you got in life. Maybe you're defending your gender identity, or you're defending the job choices you made. Somewhere in there, there's an argument going on, isn't there? I would have made a great lawyer. I've had lots of practice. You know, maybe some part of your life you find that you're still trying to prove something. You're still trying to prove that you're worthy or valuable or capable or skillful or loving or whatever you think you need to prove. Maybe there's some aspect of yourself that you're still denying. You've made excuses your whole life why you didn't go on to be a chef or an artist. Why you didn't just pack it all up and travel the world like you thought you were going to at 18. I mean, I know life gets in the way, but is there a part of you, a part of your heart, that you've got all kinds of reasons for denying why it can't be so? Your song was perfect this morning because the quote that I have title today, to be our best. As we do that for ourselves, we do it for others. We need our imagination to see beyond the walls and politics and divisiveness. We need our imagination to see the love and the joy and the peace and the unlimited possibility the universe has to offer us in order to get to a world that works for all. Because we certainly don't see it looking around all the time, do we? Maybe if we look into the face of a child, we see it. Maybe when our dog is happy to see us, no matter what kind of day we've had, we see it there. But truly, it is the infinite potential in all of life, in all of us, in every circumstance. But boy, it takes practice to see it all the time. You see, we need that spiritual muscle to be exercised. We need, as Reverend Roger Courtney wrote, we need to reach deep into ourselves and find the sacred spark that represents the best in us, which knows who we really are. We're here to share the spirit of life and love with others, to blossom, and to help others to blossom. That's when we feel our best, when we can see that our life has meaning, that we're having a positive impact on the world around us, whether it's our best friend or the whole community. We have the ability to shine, to show up as the light that we are. Now, there's a little bit of restlessness that goes with spring, right? It's like the weather turns warmer and we're all kind of locked into getting things done that we've been doing, and hopefully we've recovered from the holidays by now, but I know there's a part of me, I assume I'm not the only one, that says, oh, good, now I can get out there and do whatever project I've been thinking about for months. Do I do it? No, I'm not quite ready to start. I'm sure I'll feel like it maybe tomorrow. Yeah, how's that working for you? Doesn't work for me at all. The garage still looks like my garage. I think what I need to remember is that little bit of restlessness is reminding me that the energy to do the project comes when I start the project, not before. The minute I take the first couple of steps, all of a sudden I have energy. The minute I do or think something new, I am energized. I am inspired. Because basically, I've opened the door to the universe. I've opened the door to spirit and said, yes, there's room for something new. See, I'm taking a step. And we are then inspired. Spirit breathes into us all that we need to keep moving. We have to take the first step. Whether it's a project, or emotional healing, or political activism, or simply sleeping better at night. We have to take the first step so that the universe is invited in. Spirit is invited in to express through us. It's called courting the presence. Courting is an old-fashioned word, right? Courting is what they used to do in England when a young man and a young woman thought about getting together in some wonderful way. It's a gentle invitation to engage. It's making welcome. It's opening the door. It's saying, I'm curious about you. This looks like it might be pleasant. It might be nice. This courting of the presence is to say all day long, let me be aligned with the source of my own heart that leads me in love, that leads me in peace, that allows me to see you with the eyes of spirit rather than my own limited judgment. It keeps life from being, here we go again, to, let's try a different approach. That's where our imagination comes in. That's where our curiosity comes in. That's where breaking a routine brings us a bridge to something new. So try this as a practice. If you're like me, when you wake up, almost the first thing that happens in your head is you start going through the to-do list. And before I get out of bed, what do I have to do today? How early do I have to get up? What am I supposed to, right? So can you pause that for a second in the moment before you get out of bed? Pause the to-do and instead ask yourself, how do I want to be today? How do I want to be today? I want to be calm, or I want to be energized, or I want to be peaceful as I go about my work. Because if you decide how you want to be, it will change how you do what you need to do. It might even change what you think you need to do. Because in spite of all our spiritual advancement, which we all are, of course, it still trips us up when we think about what we should do, or how we should act, or what we should be wearing, or where we should be going, as opposed to what the heart is calling us to be. Not to be, to be. Howard Thurman writes that there's something in every one of us that waits and listens for the sound of the genuine in yourself. What's real within you? What's real within you? When you do your best to honor what is real within you, then you are at your best. Leo Buscaglia said, whenever we're striving to remold a misshapen world to our higher visions, or simply living in dignity in spite of circumstances, we are at our very best. It is our intention that sets the bar. And we learn in the Four Agreements that doing your best doesn't mean that you are the best at something all the time. It means that you are at your best for that moment. For that moment. So if you didn't get a good night's sleep, if you were disturbed by something that happened within your family, if you got the bad diagnosis or the big hospital bill just hit the mailbox, if any of those things are happening, your best on that next day might be different than the one that happens after you climb Mount Everest. We can be our best always by knowing our own hearts, by living from that place within that is the very power that we are. And that allows us to allow other people to do their best in any given situation, which may or may not rise to our own personal standards. Have you noticed that people just don't really do things the way you think they should? If they just tried a little harder or cared a little more obviously, things would be much better. But we know that really that work happens within us. So one of the ways to tap into that genuine, authentic self throughout a day is to do what Thurman calls create monastic moments. You know, the monks. What do the monks do? Well, they have mantras and things. So one of the things that you can do to court the presence in all things, not just yourself, is to say, whatever you think of it, I am one with the one. I am one with the one. I am of the oneness of life, all of life. No less, no more, completely filled with that infinite source, which is all good things. It means that sacred connections are possible in our daily lives. And we don't have to wait for a Sunday or the perfect quote or a book or the right meme to cross our Facebook feed. But we are always able to connect with each other, with our true nature, with the energy of life, with the beauty of spring, with the glory of the mountains covered in snow. It's available to us always. And if we go within and connect as peace within us, we find that peace that is there, then we're going to be peace in life. And if we connect with and as the love that we are, the very energy and essence of all that we are going to act as love.
going to change the world for the better. And that we are truly able to be our best. Oh Spirit, let me be a candle of comfort in this world. Let me burn with peace. Namaste. So I invite you to center with me in prayer. Taking a breath, closing your eyes. Finding that place in your being that is peaceful. Breathing into that space and feeling your shoulders drop. Your legs relax, your hands unclench. Breathing into that place of peace and realizing that right there with it is love. That love that burns and shows up as kindness and caring. That love that brings a smile to your face. That love that heals. For this is the nature of that one presence, the very energy of life, what we call God or spirit or universe or nature. The very power of all that lives, all that is created. Right here, within each heart. And so I speak my word that we continue to love each other out loud. That our actions, our words, our intentions come from the power of love, the power of peace, the energy of compassion and kindness, the expression of justice, of caring, of acting in this world. For we know that prayer and action go together. That how we set our intention informs the way we move. And so in this month of spring, this beginning of new movement, new blooming, new buds, I give great thanks for all that is being born here. I am so grateful for the generous hearts which I know surround and fill each and every one of us. That as Spirit fills and fulfills us, we shine that love, that light out into the world. We can't help but be a beacon, to burn for peace, to offer compassion and caring, to speak up, to be brave, to know our truth, and to know, as the reading said this morning, that every storm passes and love will prevail. For this is the very nature of God, and it is good and very good, and all there is. And so it is. So you'll find your affirmation in the program. And I invite you to repeat after me. I court the divine presence within me.
I court the divine presence within me.
And find my true self.
And find my true self.
Alive, energetic, creative, and fulfilled.
Alive, energetic, creative, and fulfilled.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right, let's welcome Michael back to the stage.
Yeah, don't beat the guitar anymore.
This is a song by one of the truth seekers of all time, Glenn Campbell. There we go. I'll put this behind me. How's that, Mom?
Jump rope, yeah.
Jump rope. I'm going to be doing that. I'm multitasking today. So.
Show you this.
Sure, why not? You can clap your hands.
see brothers standing by the road with a heavy load of the seeds of snow. And you see a sister falling by the way. Just stop and say, you walk along the road. You've got to try a little kindness. Just show a little kindness. Just shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then they'll overlook the blindness. Narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded street. Don't walk around the down and out, and a helping hand instead of down. And the kindness you show every day will help someone along their way. You've got to try a little kindness. Just show a little kindness. Just shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then they'll overlook the blindness of narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded street. You've got to try a little kindness. Oh, show a little kindness. Just shine your light for everyone to see. And if you try a little kindness, then they'll overlook the blindness. Narrow-minded people on the narrow-minded street. Thank you.
You all good over there?
Oh, we're fine now.
Okay. Glad to hear it. All right, let's invite our ushers to come forward, please. We have an extra helper today. Kayla's gonna help Vicki. All right, so if you will,
We have a new helper today, and she's gonna introduce herself. What is your name, sweetie? Haley?
Haley.
Who's your grandmother?
Grandma Diane.
Grandma Diane. So
Yay.
let us hold your cheek apart.
All right, and let's all say our prosperity affirmation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now.
Blessed and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive.
All right, thank you. Is my mic on? Okay, sorta. We can hear you. I can't hear me. Which means I'll shout and, let it go ugly. Thank you. Tough crowd today, tough crowd. Gotta give you all this peace and love and okay. Alright, so let's start off by thanking Carmen for our beautiful flowers today. Welcome. Remember, if you sponsor the flowers on a Sunday, you get to take them home with you afterwards, and we get to enjoy them in the meantime, so that's just lovely. There's a couple things going on in the Singing Resistance Sunday. All across the country, there are choirs and communities coming together to sing for peace. And there are a couple places here in town. One is Musical Vigil for Justice at the Claremont United Church of Christ on Harrison. That's at 4 o'clock today. There's also an Irish music singing, which I don't have the name up in front of me, but I can look it up if you're interested. It's also at 4 o'clock today in the community. So depending on what your preference of music styles are. 2 places to go to participate in the consciousness of creating unity. Because you know, when we sing together, we harmonize. Everybody's different. Some people can carry a tune way better than some other people. And it really doesn't matter if the group is big enough, right? Right, okay. We also have next Saturday, March 7th from 3 to 5 is the Circle of Chairs. This is at Pitzer College. There's flyers in the back. Mary has more information about it. But it is a conversation. And the topic this month is, should DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, DIE, die? Yeah, right. And the answer is basically no, but let's talk about it. We're kind of all the same mind. You know, it is good though to hear other people speak it in their own words, how they see it, how they feel it, where it impacts them. Because, you know, we have our little blinders on for who we are. There are all kinds of people out there. Yeah. All right, we also are co-sponsoring a workshop on Sunday, March 22nd, after service at 2:30 here in the chapel. It's Azim Kamisa. He is the radical forgiveness peace activist. You may know him. He is the man whose son was killed delivering pizza. And he forgave the shooter and became partner, so to speak, with the father of the young man that went to prison for killing his son. And speaks all over the world on what it means to truly forgive and how to build a life out of what obviously is a tragedy. So he promotes nonviolence and peace building. He'll be speaking here, and it's a suggested $20 donation. He's also doing the talk at the Unity service after our service. So if you wanted to hear his talk, you could stay for the Unity service at 12:30. But the workshop's at 2:30, and again, there's information in the back. We are still collecting names. If anyone is interested in taking our foundations course, it's a 6-week course that talks about the principles that we teach and gives you ways to apply to your own life that maybe you haven't thought of yet. There's a workbook and a little bit of reading, but it's pretty painless as far as homework goes because the benefits are amazing. So if you haven't taken it, or even if you've taken a beginning class before, you know you always find something new when you take a class. So think about signing up for that. We don't have dates and times. We're waiting to see how many people are interested, and based on their schedules, we'll figure out when we'll actually teach it. Okay? And anything else? Good. I want to thank everyone who helped pull together and produce and participate in our annual meeting last week. It was actually a lot of fun. I mean, I know it was a little bit of work, but it was a lot of fun. Some of you got to go home with a lot of leftover pizza. Apparently, y'all don't eat enough. I never thought I'd say that at a religious science gathering, but boy, we had a lot of pizza. But we also had a really good time, and always good to break bread together and connect with each other, which we'll do after service over cookies and coffee. But for now, let's stand up, move to the sides, and sing to Eddie Walker's Judy.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say I love you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together in the
Miss Diane.
Let's be a company.
You know, usually I can get dressed by myself.
Go. Thank you, ma'am.
Tracy. You have me back here crying.